All right, let's try this again. Hopefully this works a little bit better. It says it's scheduled for right now. All right, I'm going to test the music. Got to make sure I can hear it. Music should be coming through. Yep, all right. A little bit of latency doing it this way, but I can see a whole bunch of things at once. So I'm double checking it with my screens here. So I've got my live stream here just to make sure there's chats that I'm not missing, but also I've got Twitch open down there as well, and then I've got this little thing that's supposed to bring in chats from all over. So I'm going to test both on Twitch and on YouTube. I'm going to send a quick chat message to see if it pops up for myself so that I can see it on my screen. Which is what I just said here. Up on YouTube, and we'll see. Hey, it does pop up on my. It even tells me that it's coming from YouTube. My Twitch stream now too to see if I can leave a message on there and have it pop up. All right, let's see. Hey, that came through really quick on the Twitch side. So. All right, so I've got my Twitch, and I guess I'm broadcasting live on my Facebook profile as well. Nobody's watching on there. I've got one watcher on YouTube and one on Twitch. So I'm going to hang out here for a bit longer, just kind of chatting, messing with my hair here because I'm a weirdo. I really need to get my hair cut. But if you watch this later and I haven't trimmed it yet, you're actually going to hear that comment. So the one thing I'm curious about, it tells me I have 2 viewers on Twitch, but nobody has popped up into the chat yet, so I don't know if it's going to let me know when new people are coming in, or people on Twitch are just going to have to say hi for me to know that I'm there. But there's definitely more latency on this than doing it directly through Twitch, but by doing Restream, I can do Twitch and YouTube at the same time. And if I upgrade, excuse me, if I upgrade to a paid plan, I can do Twitch, YouTube, and a custom one, which would be Sessions Live. So this is my first test for that to see how that's going to work. I also have my live Spotify listener count going on the page. I'm just sharing that from my Artist for Spotify desktop app, so that if anybody ends up listening on Spotify as a result of the stream, you'll be able to see people listening live now as you guys are watching this. Of course, if you're hearing me and hearing that at the same time, it might be a little bit distracting. But I tried this on Twitch last night, and I liked the way it worked out because it was 0 for the first like half hour of the stream, and then it went up to 1 a little bit later, and eventually got up to 3, and then down to 2, and then went down to 1, and it just kind of bounced around a little bit. But I think I wanted to kind of share the live stream, the live Spotify count for a few reasons. First, as a smaller artist, I do end up staring at the artist app quite often on my phone to see if people are listening, to see if my marketing efforts are working, to see, just to see how things are going in general. And I wanted you to kind of feel that same thing that I feel when you're staring at it and go, 0 people. They should should be one. It should be two. But the most I've ever seen live at once is 4. And it's super exciting when it gets up to that kind of a number. So, wanted you to experience a little bit of that feeling along with me of what it feels like to have the listener number bounce around, particularly when it goes above 0. It's a good feeling. But also, it's also kind of an experiment to see if people see that the live stream number is on there, and see if they'll end up streaming the songs themselves to see that live listener count just go up in real time. There is some delay, I think, within the Spotify for Artists app. If I'm listening to my own music, for example, I'll hit play. It'll be like 2 minutes later sometimes before the live listener count actually updates. So if you were to start listening right now as I'm saying this, it'll probably be a couple minutes before it shows up on the person listening. But this is not quite real time, but you still get to see the number go up if you actually listen to the music. So that's what all of this preamble is about. But I'm going to start performing some songs now. I'm going to start with, I think I'm going to start with an older one just because I've been doing new music lately. I'm going to do open mic because it's a bit more spirit, I think. And then, not perform lately, but I will then, I'll get back to the newer ones as well, certainly before the end of the stream. I don't know how long I'm going to stream right now. I would guess maybe half an hour, 45 minutes. If you guys have any requests, or if you have any questions during the chat or during the stream, of course you can leave them in the chat, and I will try to respond between songs. Otherwise, get started with. I'm going to start with "I Don't Need." Hopefully, it starts playing. The level of strain I put on my computer doing this. Should start any. Did I turn it down? Oh, I did turn it down. That's on me. I couldn't hear my own music. Let me start that song over again. Nope. Oh, get this right. There's so much going on with this setup, but I'll get smoother with it. I don't need an entourage to build a big mirage. It says I'm the king of the gods. I don't want anyone to think I'm the best. The thing is I'm blessed because I have something that completes me. Getting here wasn't easy, but it was worth every scar. The wounds that pump blood into the heart of my guitar. I don't want to be a star cause I already shine. What I created is mine, and debt collectors can't take it from me because I am free. I don't need, I just want to invent. I don't need 100 cars or a Tiger in my basement. I don't really want to be famous. In some ways I prefer to be nameless, but I'll never shun the fan that reaches out a hand, whether in thanks or in need to help me succeed. If you've really listened, you know who I am. You've heard me grow as a man, and I know that I can be successful my way as I play the strings of my life and I'm ringing the night. Truth is what I bring when I write, as images fling out of sight. I recall memories as a kid of the things that I did. Sometimes I think with my head, other times I assumed I knew it all. My ego grew too tall as I shot up 8 inches in 3 months. It seems I grew up all at once, but it was just physical. I couldn't fit it all together till it all fell apart and I had to restart. Some pieces I left behind, others I still have to find, and that's something I'll do in time, but I'm not in a rush. I want to enjoy the hush and remember the touch, the silence, because no one was there. Some moments weren't there, or at least that's how it seemed, but the sleepless nights made me appreciate dreams. I don't need, I just want to invent. I don't need to be on a boat, a ski while I float. I just want to see what I wrote and understand that I created. I don't want to be hated, but it really doesn't hurt me. It isn't worth the energy to feed the hate until it destroys what I create. I just want to see fate take me to the island as it holds my hand. I want to breathe deep and appreciate the oxygen blown in by forgotten wind. There's no way I'll be stopping then, because my life will be a dream, better than any dramatic scene and panoramic sunsets with perfect songs we haven't sung yet, play harmonically by a supersonic drum set, while the rhythm of life makes it all right. And when I get there, have eternal bliss in my journal's kiss, and I've earned all this by not being greedy. I love my music to feed me, but if I ever sell 1 million CDs, I'll give the excess to the needy, and thank you all because you freed me. I don't need, I just want to invent, cause inventing is the thing that I like. I don't need, I just want to invent, cause inventing is the thing that I like. I don't need, I just want to invent, cause inventing is the thing that I like. I don't need, I just want to invent. Oh yeah, that's right. So that big smile that came on my face at the beginning of the third verse, I was coming up to that moment and I'm like, uh-oh, how's the third verse start? And then I remembered it was I don't need to be on a boat. And the I don't need to be on a boat, that's actually a reference to the Lonely Island Boys. So that's that's why I had that big grin on my face, because I think that line's pretty funny. And, I like the Lonely Island Boys. They're pretty funny group. Anyway, like I said, if you have any questions or requests, leave them in the comments, or just say hi if you'd like to let me know that you're here. I do see live listener counts on Twitch and YouTube and my personal Facebook profile, which nobody is watching on, but I don't have the higher plan, so it's not going to my Mission Man page. It's only going to my personal Facebook page as opposed to the Mission Man one. Unfortunately, I can't really stream on Instagram anymore. They've done too many. They've deleted 4 or 5 of my videos that I've put on there for violating my own copyright. It's not the way the system's supposed to work, but that's how it's happened. So live streaming on Instagram is not something that I can really do anymore. And today it actually freaked me out a little bit, because they also, in addition to deleting one of those videos where I performed some songs like this, where I just had my Instagram phone set up to have that playing at the same time to bring in some Instagram viewers, to have more of a party. In addition to deleting that video, right after I got that message about it being deleted, Instagram kicked me out of my account, and it kind of freaked me out, like I was getting my account deleted or something. But I went back in and it was there. It's just that kind of little bit of nervousness. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm not going to mess with live streaming on Instagram again. But I will live stream here on Twitch and YouTube. And I do sessions live as well occasionally. But I can't do that with Restream until I pay for the upgraded version as well. Anyway, I'm going to do, let's go with a little about me, and then maybe get into some newer stuff. In case you're a little late getting to know me, let me show thee a window to my soul so we can take a stroll. We'll occasionally start to knock down some more walls that used to be ridiculed by some kids in school, which probably makes me like you, but they never got me down. I had how hard to try to, because I like being a nerd. It wasn't until I started seeing what words that I heard that being smart was dumb and blazing scut was fun. But I stand as I'm a boy, I don't need to get high to soar. If I grown to be a man in Japan, I'd likely be an otaku, but I decided stop to see things from every perspective and stay reflective, so I could see through the mirror to get a clear image of the universe, and took the time to rehearse before getting on stage, letting my heart feel the word for flowing from the pen to the page. Now we use it getting to make change, so I say arigato gozaimasu, because we can look forward up behind us through the power of song. I know we belong. This is a little about me, a little about me, a little about me. This is a little about me, a little about me. And instead of doing the rest of the song, I'm just gonna sing along. I'm gonna freestyle for a while with a smile, cause I got you watching. And here on the Twitch, man, you gotta go with the flow. And then I know I'm not a snitch, and you wanna come through with a new sitch and a situation, cause we're facing everything we wanna do when it's all about you. Cause I enjoy the fact that you're here with me too. All we gotta do is all we wanna see, cause we're all gonna be so free. Yes, we just get on down with the music arcade. And I know that y'all want to hang out with the barmaid while you're playing video games. And nonetheless, I don't know why you're feeling all the stress, but it's time to let it go. Let it flow out of your system as we get into the rhythm and we hit some. Cause I'm coming back with the facts and I'm running that like I've got the running backs, and I'm gonna throw it off like I'm the quarterback. And I know that this order lacks just a little chaos. All of you players hanging out on a la players. I know why you want them papayas. It's time to be a little sweet with a rhyme, and now I'm just gonna tell you that it is time. And this is why I say this is a little about me, a little about me, a little about me. This was a little freestyle for you, freestyle for you, freestyle for you, freestyle for you. All right. Yes, mid-song I decided to just start freestyling instead of doing the second and third verse. I hope you enjoyed that little freestyle verse that I had in there. Anyway, I'm going to do a couple of newer songs. I did this last night for the first time with Homonym for Haha. Also off the new album if you haven't heard it, but you probably have if you're watching right now. I did this for the first time on Twitch last night. This will be the first time that Mission Man, my YouTube channel will do it. I don't really know that a drunk crayfish. I don't know what that emoji is. It looks like a angry Luigi Mario mask, but so bright red that I think he's been out in the sun long, like I would be after I was out in the sun for about 12 minutes. It's brightly burnt. But for Homonym for Haha, I do have a short stays version coming out on April 8th. Actually, when I'm in Ohio, I have Athens show on April 8th, Cincinnati show on April 10th, and I'm now playing in Columbus, Ohio on April 12th. But on April 8th, I have the short stays version of Homonym for Haha coming out, which basically I got rid of the intro because it's a really long intro. And then I get into the lyrics much more quickly, and then I cut off kind of the ending to make it just, a faster version of the song. And at one point at the end of the second verse, when I do the plural of staff, I say staffs in the song, but I looked it up, and I guess the more accepted plural of staff is stave, or staves. So at the end of the second verse in the short staves version, I just go staves, because I'm kind of laughing at myself for some of the wordplay that I have in there. But for this version of Homonym for Ha, I'm doing the full version, except that at the end I'm going to have a little surprise that I'm not going to tell you right now, but you'll figure it out once you see it. And also, I do have an instrumental now with that gets into it much more quickly, so that when I do perform live at shows, instead of just talking like this at the show, I'll be able to just get right into the music and get right into the vocals a lot more quickly. So it'll be fun for live shows. I don't know either, but it looks funny. It certainly does. Give me a homonym for haha. Clinton Dixon, a comment, a haha. Aha, refresh my mind with a freshman like Wawa that I picked up with some missing Wawa. Let me coast on the coast so I can hit the sheets before I hit the sheets. In my dreams I'll find the time, cause I wouldn't dream of getting fined for not being on time. My mind and your mind, I wouldn't mind if I mind a diamond in my mind through a diamond in spite of mine to hit rewind. We grind into a refine, not for the rewind. I will be kind of because the world is not mine, the night is mine, and on tight, the score is knotted, and on tight, I'll keep scoring for another score, another 20, by 20, to match the match that started it all. That flame was what kept me going until the fall, and kept me from flaming out before the fall, going from match to match with a focus on winning, even winning everyone else's opinions. I was missing opinion, our opinion, it keeps spinning, while the journalists get wild with the spinning. My journalistic details of how it wasn't detailed, I was simply focused on flying the right way, instead of flying right away. So while they would ride away, I knew it was my right to find my rite of passage. It's a passage down in my crown, drawn with dark crayon, with the narc rayon. You might not be able to see it, but it's there, it's where I've been. So I put it back in its bin. It needed to go in for me to keep going. Give me a hominin for ha ha. Give me a hominin for ha ha. Give me a hominin for ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Give me a hominin for ha ha. Give me a hominin for ha ha. Give me a hominin for ha ha. Ha 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 ha. As I take the time to write the next line, I look down my next line and realize what was right at the time will make my eyes reel. I can't deny what I feel. As I watch a reel rotate, I wrote 8 versions to help me understand my aversions to my older plans. Written with my younger hands, my hunger stands. I just need a lot less food to get me in the best mood. Listen, I think there's a catch's mood, and I laughed so hard I hurt my calf, cause I heard the calf and I heard the half that I have to. I'm so glad that I have 2 stats to help me stand too. Give me a hominin for ha ha stays. Give me a hominin for ha ha. Give me a hominin for ha ha. Give me a hominin for ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Moving forward from my forward, I've got more than 4 words as I continue to understand more of what words are for and how to decide which rules to ignore. I don't need to live in the rhythm of 4/4 any more than I need to wear 4/4 anymore. But I always had an option, and which option is the one that keeps hopping. So I'll never stop, never stopping, and I'll always let you in. And I'll always let you in. Give me a hominin for ha ha. Give me a hominin for ha ha. Give me a hominin for ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Give me a hominin for ha ha. Give me a hominin for ha ha. Give me a hominin for ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Doing what you love may seem out of reach, as trees are not teach, and the rhetoric of lesson plans, that's what we need to lend a hand. If you love to sing, just do your thing. Step up, grab the mic, forget about the stage fright and the strange lights. If you sing because you love it, then the audience will know, and it's obvious you grow. Just take deep breaths and you make each step just a little bit smaller than the one before, until you can step up and knock it on the door. Get your foot in as soon as the door opens. Don't waste moments, hope it never closes. Let them see the love in your eyes and then they're not a lie. Just do your thing, cause there is no try. No matter what you love, just go out and do it. Don't let other people screw with your plans and your dreams. Your hands as they seem like they're losing strength to hang on. Just do what you love and they'll always stay strong. Do what you love. Do what you love. Do what you love. Do what you love. It sounds like fun. It sounds like fun. Englishing is hard. I wanted to show you that because it's at the end of the video. I'm on track 9 in the cloud. I'm on track 9 in the cloud. I'm on track 9 in the cloud, in the cloud, in the cloud. Track 9 is a mystery, is it for me to discover and I revel? Will a lover just travel, being thrown like a javel, being judged as a gavel renders a verdict? Did I listen as I heard it? Did it sink in like the kitchen? Or am I off on a tangent, being set in a new direction that does require introspection? Do I even pause at the intersection? Or let it be, even though I can't see as a vector off on a trajectory that's like the soft, but you still can't get to me. So I'll leave a trail that you can follow if you want to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I have a ride, hoping you will follow. Some of words aren't hollow. Why was 6 get a 7? Cause 7, 8, 9. Oh, never mind, it's actually right here on this track, and I don't need to go back. I'm on track 9 in the cloud. I'm on track 9 in the cloud. I'm on track 9 in the cloud, in the cloud, in the cloud. I'm on track 9 in the cloud. I'm on track 9 in the cloud. I'm on track 9 in the cloud. I'm on track 9. On track 9. Track 9, and I'm feeling fine with the back lines. So stack time to gain efficiency, but it doesn't listen. See, it's an abstract track at the back lacks a few subtleties as a puzzle. The elements that are relevant and which one's the seasoning. As I use my reasoning to get rid of my excuses. As I use this platform and heat source to stay warm and eat more. Working on my recipe for success, but yes, I've already achieved it just by being here, being weird and embracing it, facing it, making it give me an achieve as it is that you get to me, even though I can't start to see some familiar faces from similar places. No one can erase this once others arrive. I'm loving your vibe. Thanks for finding the ride and try to find track 9. I'm on track 9 in the cloud. I'm on track 9 in the cloud. I'm on track 9 in the cloud, in the cloud, in the cloud. I'm on track 9 in the cloud. I'm on track 9 in the cloud. I'm on track 9 in the cloud. I'm on track 9, on track 9. What's next is anyone's guess. It doesn't matter if track 9 is the best. It's not a contest. It's all about feeling fresh to come dressed any way that you want to. I hope you're having fun too. If you make a track 10, then I'll try to come visit you and listen to. Whether you're expanding this tangent or in a completely different hyperplane with a funner name in 9 dimensions. Just some fine directions and I'll try to ride the nexus. Find the hexes like it hitting the solar plexus. I will let this take my breath away. No matter how long I get to stay, there's one more thing I've yet to say. I love you, all of you. I'm on track 9 in the cloud. I'm on track 9 in the cloud. I'm on track 9 in the cloud, in the cloud, in the cloud. I'm on track 9 in the cloud. I'm on track 9 in the cloud. I'm on track 9 in the cloud, on the cloud, in the cloud. I'm on track 9 in the cloud. I'm on track 9 in the cloud. I'm on track 9 in the cloud. I'm on track 9, on track 9. I'm on track 9 in the cloud. I'm on track 9 in the cloud. I'm on track 9 in the cloud. I'm on track 9, on track 9, on track 9. All right, so that was track 9. That's actually my favorite song on the album, and I actually have some water with me. A lot of times I forget to have water with me when performing. I'm just like, I can just go through the entire 50 minutes without it, but it's a good idea. And then I can try to turn this into an ASMR. Maybe just a little drinking noise. No, I'm not actually going to do that. That's that's as much of that as I want to do. I think maybe if I just, because I said ASMR in there, maybe now somebody searches for ASMR after I said ASMR like 4 times, they'll be able to find this and be like, oh, there is some ASMR like halfway through this kind of an ASMR, but not really an ASMR. I'm just, you know what I mean? It's just really fast. All right, I'm going to do a couple more from the new album and then some older ones. Basically the same set I did last night on Twitch, if you're here at Twitch. But since I didn't put that on YouTube, I'm now doing it now. I'm just doing these songs because I know at least, half of you haven't seen me perform this since the last time I performed it. Again, if you have any requests, let me know. If you want to listen to my music on Spotify after this, if you realize that you have a song or two from here that you haven't added to your playlist yet and you want to add it to your playlist and play it all night, you can see that live listener count go up. So that's why that's up there. But obviously if you're playing it while you're listening to me, it's going to be a little distracting. So this one's called Turn on the Stereo. Turn on stereo, kick up the bass just a little bit, like you were the middle kid, lacking just a little bit of discipline, but you couldn't get away with everything. Turn the music up and just sing loud enough for the neighbors to hear without being annoyed, so they can cheer and be overjoyed when they recognize the great song that you're playing. And turn on the stereos to the same station, let the feeling spread across the nation, one home at a time. Feeling the power grow with each line, as someone a few homes down is able to find another song in the same tempo, and they just let go. Feeling the power of the music, draining the stress away so we can all just play. Then the last beat hits the ears of a DJ and he increases the speed by 25%. So every 5th beat we're on time again. So we float smoothly in rhythm as the songs overlap and clap along. Now we're over 40 million strong, singing our songs in multi-part harmonies, where endless love is what you're arming me. All around the world you're invited to. This all started because we decided to turn on the stereo, kick up the bass, to turn on the stereo, kick up the bass, to turn on the stereo, kick up the bass, kick up the bass, and we will make the space to dance together, to laugh together, to sing together, to live together, to dance together, to laugh together, to sing together, to live together, to turn on the stereo, kick up the bass, to turn on the stereo, kick up the bass, to turn on the stereo, kick up the bass, kick up the bass, and we will make the space to dance together, to laugh together, to sing together, to live together. As we reach a final listener on a continent, we need to find a way to let the music spread. Let's forget about the internet and get a little creative instead. Let's take a cup and a string. You grab the other end and then I will sing. Well, that doesn't quite reach, so let me think while you feel the beat. Okay, I got it. I called up my friends and they all brought shit. So we'll place them out and play the music loud. Each ship separated by a mile or so. We just have a few thousand to go to span the width of the sea. Now, not just dancing with me and half a billion humans, but as you zoom in, you see the dolphins in a synchronized dance. Schools of fish are all taking the chance as the turtles are grooving in the streams to the land. The music is now intercontinental, definitely not inconsequential, as the waves splash to the rhythm. I love this feeling that we're given, and now a boombox echoes the next beat, and all along the sand you see dancing feet. This is just the beginning. Now that we're winning, let's keep the music spinning. Now that we're winning, let's keep the music spinning. Now that we're winning, let's keep the music spinning. Now that we're winning, let's keep the music spinning. To turn on the stereo, kick up the bass. To turn on the stereo, kick up the bass. To turn on the stereo, kick up the bass. Kick up the bass, and we will make the space to dance together, to laugh together, to sing together, to live together, to dance together, to laugh together, to sing together, to live together. To turn on the stereo, kick up the bass. To turn on the stereo, kick up the bass. To turn on the stereo, kick up the bass. Kick up the bass, and we will make the space to dance together, to laugh together, to sing together, to live together. Remember that we were there, New Orleans Square, in the middle of the summer, looking for summer, another place to get up, because we've been on the road since 4 in the morning. We had changed states 4 times without warning, so we were yawning in the sunlight, let the eye strain, hunger left the strain, and we felt kind of strange, but we had to see what else this journey had to offer, so we took some coins from a coffer. Even though I was a pauper, I felt royale, so I stood tall like Loyal. This isn't the beginning, but it's a beginning, and we were feeling fine, spinning on the wheel of time. We were there at 3:14, talking about dreams over pie as I go for my personal best with the claw machine. And of all the laws we've seen, time, it seems, is the most distorted. What I've recorded in my memory banks is full of blanks, but I remember the positive vibes, so I want to say thanks for coming along for the ride. I've always had the drive, and I enjoy finding new roads. I enjoy them alone, but they've always been better when we were there. Thank you, MFFM. It's always been better when we were there. It's always been better when we were there. We were there, seeing my house before it became a childhood home, and we were still there after we were full grown. You experienced parts of my life that no one else will get to, and I'm so glad that I let you. You were there since before I can remember. Your flames are strong, still has the members to keep me going past September, so the fire's still lit. Even as the earth and wind shift and the seasons change, the memories remain, and I can't wait to see where we will be. But if I can't be where you are, just look up at the stars and stare, and remember the times that we were there. It was always better when we were there. It's always better when we are there. It will always be better when we are there. Just remember me, and we will always be there. Just remember me, and we will always be there. I was supposed to pause by now. Okay, there it is. That was the pause. Thank you. Yeah, this is, I like this shirt a lot too. This was, I had the concept for it, but somebody else actually made the art. Let me tilt this down. And actually, when I tilt this down, you'll see the rainbow on the screen kind of move as well. It's an unintentional rainbow, but it happens because I think the webcam just hits the light from my overhead light the right way. So you see this faint rainbow on the screen in addition to this screen. But this is the album cover for the Music Arcade that came out in 2019. I do have it actually available on my Teespring site. If you go to missionman.net and hit the store button, it's actually there. But I just I thought I'd mention that since you mentioned liking the shirt. I'm not telling you to buy it. I'm just saying it's available. So if somebody watches this some other time on video on demand, they can go get the shirt if they would like. But yeah, so thank you for the compliment on the song and the shirt. If you have any requests of my music for me to perform while I'm here for the next, 10 or 15 minutes, I'm going to do maybe 3 or 4 more songs. Leave the request in the comment. Otherwise, I'm just going to go ahead and do Playing a Little Basketball. And then I think I'll do, actually, before I do Playing a Little Basketball, I'm going to do Next First Breath. It is the hardest song on the new album for me to perform because of the singing. I kind of sing it a little bit differently each time to kind of test things out. But on the album, I tend to be a little bit deeper. It has more of like a Depeche Mode feel to it. So we'll see if I do that right now or not. Let me take my next first breath. 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 Let me take my next breath. As though I haven't had one yet. Let me open my eyes for the very first time. Let me put my feet on the ground, not knowing what I've found. Let me grasp the dirt and really feel the earth. Let me take my next sip as though water never touched my lips. Let me experience the beauty of my first sunrise and see the light like it's never hit my eyes. Let me take my next step as though it is my first one. Let me experience life as though it has just begun. Let me take my next first breath. 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 Hopefully that'll pause. There we go. All right. So, thank you for the You Got This encouragement. I was standing far enough back from the screen to not be able to read it because I didn't want to distract myself on that song. I think that's the deepest that I've tried the song. Sometimes I go a little bit higher, but my favorite song off of the album, since you asked, and actually weren't here when I mentioned it earlier, is track 9. It is a rap song in 9/4 time, so it's actually 4/4/4/4/4/4 and then 6/4. So 3. It's like 4 beats 3 times in a row, and then 6 beats. So it has this kind of unique property of about half of the song I'm rapping on 3 instead of the 1, so it gives a neat feel to it. But it's also the most complex song I think that I've ever written, both musically and lyrically, because musically I've never done a rap song in 9/4 time. I've done like 1 or 2 other kind of instrumentals that weren't in 4/4 time, but they weren't intentional. They've been non-intentionally in a different time stream. But yeah, so that's, but track 9, I have like a 26-minute long breakdown of all of the meanings behind the song. But, you know, like the most obvious ones are like, I'm on track 9 in the cloud means on the internet. And once the song is on the internet, it takes on its own life, because then the listener can apply whatever meaning to the song that the listener wants to apply to. And that's where the real strength of music, one of the big strengths of music comes in, is how it touches everyone individually a little bit differently when they feel or hear a lyric. And so, you know, that's one of those things. On track 9, also meaning in the case of the album, it's 9 out of 10 tracks, but I've recorded over 200. So 9 out of 200 is a lower number. And with that being a metaphor for a bigger journey, it could either be, you know, life in general, or a career, or being in love, or whatever journey you're on. It could be like a sci-fi journey or a fantasy journey, like you're in the Wheel of Time or the Lord of the Rings or something. But it's all based on your perspective then of track 9 is not the beginning. It's not the first step in that process, but is it still early on, or is it toward the end? And that's completely up to the listener. So like I said, that's one of the like 3 meanings of the chorus. There are several others, and there's a whole bunch of other stuff within the lyrics as well. But that is why I love that song so much. Anyway, from that to probably my simplest to understand song, this is Playing a Little Basketball. And then I might do Extra and probably call it a night. The song's also off my first album, not my 14th. Playing a little basketball, basketball, 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 playing a little basketball. One day when I run the way, I met a kid named BJ. He said, hey, when to play? I said, today's day to play. So I shot the 3, missed the thing, got the rebound, threw it down, never heard a sound that a clock violating, cause I was perpetrating, penetrating my drives. I came to win, not just to survive. BJ told me to kick a rat, so I started off with turn on the stereo, kick up the bass. Then I shot in his face, jumper was smooth as lace, and Discovery School, y'all was a place. But BJ was good too, made a couple 3s and a couple 2s. So it's tired when I had to leave. Before I left, I retrieved his number to play someday again. Then I jumped and grabbed the 10 of the rim, hung for a second, then left and said late B. That was the beginning of the multicultural team. We were playing a little basketball, basketball, playing a little basketball, basketball, playing a little basketball, basketball, playing a little basketball, basketball. I got homeschooled the next day and decided to ring up BJ to go play some ball down at UHS. In no time at all, we became the best pair of balls in the schools. We watched our opponents drool over the tools that we used as we abused fools in the court. Me and my cohort made the game short, so we decided to play with the college men. That's when I picked up the name Baby Bird, cause people heard that I played like Larry Bird. Taking people to school was easy. It pleased me to see me and BJ make threes. Our opponents fell to their knees and begged us, please don't do this to me. They flee when they saw me in the B, cause its moves were faster than Bruce Lee. See, those days were easy. I dunked so quickly you could not see me, and I get free on the break and pull up for 3. People gave me high fives cause we always won easily. And we do that 7 days a week. playing a little basketball, playing a little basketball, playing a little basketball, playing a little basketball. But today the game's different. You had to be more than just physically gifted. Got to know the game, got to claim every board as your own. You got to grab every rebound that comes down in your zone. You gotta eat, gotta drink, gotta fit the game, otherwise no one to know your name and to think you're lame. Gotta have court vision and envision what's gonna happen next. Had to pass every test, every possession's a war, never knowing what's the store. Sometimes you have to score, sometimes you have to pass. Sometimes you go fast, sometimes you slow down, sometimes you pull up, and sometimes you throw down. You gotta play hard to win, gotta play smart to win. So begin to work on your game and work on your mind, work on your J's and work on your downs. When you're done, just chill to my rhymes. I'm done for the day, but tomorrow's another day that'll be playing a little basketball, playing a little basketball, playing a little basketball, playing a little basketball. All right, so I messed up there towards the end of the second verse because I should know better. I should know better than to read a question while I'm performing any unreleased stuff. Also, I think you should try projecting your voice more. Projecting my voice, that's some of that is just the setup. I mean, it's a live setup that, and I also have like downstairs neighbors, so I can't be too loud. But yeah, I mean, it's my monitor. Let's see if I can pull this up into the screen or not. Actually, I'll just slowly pull that down. My monitor, where is that angle? There we go. The monitor that I'm using is just a cheap USB speaker. So I have to like turn that up and turn that down to get the volume levels just with a knob. And so I don't want to project so loud that I'm like overpowering that to where I can't hear it. But the unreleased stuff, yes, I do have actually semi-released. There's a music video for the Portuguese version of the song I just did called Jogando Pouco de Basketball. And that came about because I did a video about translating playing a little basketball into Spanish, and then a fan of mine in Portugal asked me if I could do a song in Portuguese. I didn't speak any Portuguese at the time. I still speak very little Portuguese, but I did use Duolingo for about a month to learn enough Portuguese to at least have the basics of the language, and then translated the Spanish version of playing a little basketball into Portuguese and rapped in Portuguese. So Jogando Pouco de Basketball is coming out on Spotify and Apple Music and all that stuff a week from Friday. So if you follow me on Spotify, if that's what you use, you'll get notified when that comes out. If you're on Apple Music or one of the other streaming, then just keep an eye out for it. And I have the short stays version of Homonym for Haha coming out April 8th, which is just like I took off the beginning and then shortened the end of it. And I also have a song that I submitted to NBA 2K to hopefully be in the video game called How Do You Want to Be Great? Basically, the first verse is about like about the listener being the greatest basketball player of all time. And then the second verse is, how do you want to go about doing that? Like, do you want to lead the league in assists? Do you want to be a great scorer, great defender? Like what method do you want to get to being the best? And then the third verse is actually about your motivations behind why you want to be great. So there's a lot more thought involved in that third verse that kind of, segues into that. But once I hear back from them, if they reject the song, if they don't use it, then I will release that sometime, probably the end of April, early May, onto Spotify and Apple Music. It's the only thing I've put on SoundCloud in like the last 10 years, but I had to release it on SoundCloud and only SoundCloud in order to be eligible for the contest. So that'll be coming out in the next couple of months as well. And then by the time that's out, I'll probably start recording some stuff again and have more things come out before the end of the year. So at least 3 more singles will be coming out in the next few months. But yeah. All right. So this is going to be my last song of the night. It's called Extra. I woke up today feeling a little rough. Getting out of bed was a little too tough. Dragging my way through mundane routine. So lame, no dreams. Just another day to make the means. No power in my shower of the hour that followed. Just some more time that I borrowed. While I went into work, feeling like a jerk till I heard a whisper over my right shoulder. The words that I heard made me feel bolder. I heard one friend say to another that I looked a little extra tall today, and it took me all the way from dial up the broadband. I looked down at my strong hands and felt like I could lift the world to new heights and do right, simply because someone saw in me something in that moment that I did not see until I looked through the eyes, and it took me by surprise. Cause I'm already confident and self-assured, but I was still lifted up by selfless words. When they repeated them to me, this is what I heard. You look extra today, extra tall, extra smart, extra talented, extra sexy, extra amazing. You look extra today, extra tall, extra smart, extra talented, extra sexy, extra amazing. I went to sleep and dreamt of being a superhero, more untouchable than De Niro. But I wasn't a criminal, simply invincible. Laser beams couldn't shoot me down. I kept flying around, following the flight path of a bird. And I know it sounds absurd, but I saw from the words that I heard. And self-esteem can manifest itself so powerfully in my dreams. And it seems that I should pass it on to you. It's up to you to believe that it's true. Then we all can have it all, and it can be so magical. So when you need to brighten up your day, just look at yourself in the mirror and say, you look extra today, extra tall, extra smart, extra talented, extra sexy, extra amazing. You look extra today, extra tall, extra smart, extra talented, extra sexy, extra amazing. You look extra today, extra tall, extra smart, extra talented, extra sexy, extra amazing. You look extra today, extra tall, extra smart, extra talented, extra sexy, extra amazing. You are the reason why I sing. Oh, you know what? I'll just do Love Funk and Soul as well. It just automatically goes into it, so I'll do it. This isn't sex, drugs, and rock and roll. It's just love, funk, and soul. It's just love, funk, and soul. It's just love, funk, and soul. I don't care if you drink or not. You think I'm hot? I'm giving on the day, on a hard cut. Waking up, dripping my love. Every day, yes, now I'm giving enough. It's not about living it up. It's about staying grounded. Keeping things in my life well-rounded, and hopefully leaving this place better than I found it. It's not about drinking till I'm plastered, making everything go faster and faster. It's about staying sober, taking it slower, breathing it in, feeling the grandchildren, friends, don't do it again. It's not about spending my money, it's about earning my time and learning to find all the simple joy. Instead of being annoyed by the little things, I won't let them give me brittle wings. Instead, I'll soar with the strength of an eagle, and I choose to be full, spreading love to all people. This isn't sex, drugs, and rock and roll. It's just love, funk, and soul. It's just love, funk, and soul. It's just love, funk, and soul. This isn't sex, drugs, and rock and roll. It's just love, funk, and soul. It's just love, funk, and soul. It's just love, funk, and soul. Right now I spend the night out, but I remember that tomorrow matters too. When I won't let the sauce butter through when I follow after you. I'm not a wham bam, thank you. One night stand, I won't hit it and quit it because I believe in commitment. We've been together for 2 decades now, and I still feel like I'm getting this down because it's built me up, filling my cup with the water I need, love in the air that I breathe. And for this reason, I believe. This isn't sex, drugs, and rock and roll. It's just love, funk, and soul. It's just love, funk, and soul. It's just love, funk, and soul. This isn't sex, drugs, and rock and roll. It's just love, funk, and soul. It's just love, funk, and soul. It's just love, funk, and soul. Just love funk 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 and soul. Let's see if that pauses. Okay. All right. Yeah, that was the last song of the night. It's called Love, Funk, and Soul. Pretty much every song I did tonight is either on Gummy, which is my newest album, or 25, which is kind of a compilation of 25 of my favorite songs of mine or fan favorite songs of mine. And, you know, it's all on Spotify and Apple Music and stuff. Interesting that I was kind of hoping the live listener count would actually jump up to 1 at some point during the stream, just so that you guys could feel that. But right now it's still saying 0, which has its own little things associated with it as well. But anyway, thank you for coming out. Thank you, MFFM, for hanging out as long as you have, and thank you for my silent Twitch listeners as well, because it says it's showing that I have 3 viewers on Twitch. But nobody's really been commenting, so I know they're out there listening, just hanging out, all quiet, like lurking, and that's okay. So you're welcome. Thank you for all of the comments and the questions. It's always better when fans leave comments and I can get involved. Somebody wants to leave a paper joke. Sure, let's hang out for the paper joke and see, if my live stream count goes up in that time or not. What is your paper joke? Is that 0 EG, OEG? It's one of the comments. For those of you who are watching this later and can't see the live comments, somebody just said, want to hear my paper joke. So I guess in this case we'll be reading the paper joke as opposed to hearing it. But once he puts it on the screen here, I will read it out loud for all of you to hear. Oh, never mind. It's terrible. Oh, man. It really... You guys have a wonderful night. Bye.